and it's thriving and it's this beautiful bush. But anyway, I picked it, picked the bush. That sounds wrong. Picked the berries off the bush. Oh God, that's just reminded me of Tom the other day said that he trimmed Pat's bush. And Pat's our older neighbour.
Oh, she's lovely, Pat.
She's so
like
lovely, Pat. We love it. But he had to go around and trim a bush, and he said that, and I was like, stop.
My Mother Said I Shouldn't with Sarah and Michaela.
Welcome back.
Hi.
Welcome back to My Mother Said I Shouldn't. As you might see, we have a studio. We're so excited. We are sponsored by RO Pictures. They have offered their studio space and they're producing this for us as well now. So thank you so much to RO Pictures.
Thank you.
Jules and Cal, we appreciate you. Cal is listening right now, actually. You might hear him occasionally on this podcast. He said he might actually give us his opinion, didn't he?
Which we are really excited about.
Yeah, to get a male opinion on the show. So it's Sarah's turn today.
Yes, it is. Okay, so we have been getting some things coming in from our listeners about what their mother says they shouldn't do. And I have one that I actually really like the sound of. So here we go. My mother said I shouldn't wait too long to have kids. And they've got a little story, so let's go. Hey ladies, I love the podcast. I'm 33, married, and everywhere I turn, I feel pressure to start having babies. My mum keeps reminding me I don't have forever. I'm not even sure I want to have kids, but the guilt is real. Can you talk about this idea that we're on a timer and whether we really are?
It's quite interesting because there's two things that come up there, isn't there? Guilt and timer. So like, I'm interested. I wonder if that guilt is like, I should be having kids because my mum wants grandchildren. Like, what is that guilt? And then timer of... Well, me and you have even spoke about this in terms of time's ticking. Am I going to be fertile?
And that's a scary thing. And I think that actually, I've been on that because I'm obviously single right now as well. And it gives you the pressure to actually find someone quite quickly. And I think sometimes that you settle quicker, or you think, oh my goodness, should I just stick with this person because I want kids? But obviously you don't want to get caught up in that at all, and that's something I'm completely like really I'm against. I don't want to do that because I want to find someone that obviously makes me happy, which we've already spoken about in the past about not settling and things. So yeah, that is, the timer is a thing, and I think it's as time's passing on, it's getting easy. Well, not easier, but there's other options. Like I know there's like IVF things, and also women keeping themselves as healthy as they can to help their fertility. But obviously, genetically, other things come up that can obviously cause problems. So it's a real thing. The timer is a real thing. What about you? What do you think?
I think it's a difficult one because you never feel, I don't know, maybe some people did feel ready because my sister was always she wanted children, she wanted a family. I don't think I've ever been that way inclined, but I certainly feel the pressure. My partner definitely wants children. And I almost feel like if I don't have them, I'm going to be missing out. But I am aware of my age. Obviously, I'm getting married this year, coming on to 37 next. And I am PCOS as well, which also has its problems with fertility. So it is on my mind. But it's interesting to think about it in terms of guilt. I have always thought about it in terms of timer, but I've never felt that guilt because my mum's never put that on me. She's never, because my sister's got 3 kids. I think my mum's like, honey, if you don't need children, you don't need children. Like, you don't have to have them.
I've got all the grandkids I need.
She's literally like, I'm going to lose money here. Like they're just rinsing her. No, they're not at all. But I think she has so many children in her life that she doesn't necessarily need me to have mine. And she knows that I'm career focused. And which brings up another thing. Women being so career focused now that this pressure and this guilt to have children comes into conflict with their careers as well. So I've never really felt the guilt, although now I'm really thinking about it, I'm kind of like, well, maybe I feel it a little bit with my partner because I know he really wants them, even though he would never put that pressure on me. He's always said it has to be a joint thing. He's really amazing in that way. But yeah, I've never really thought about it like that because my mum doesn't put that guilt on me. My sister does. Actually.
Sisters do. My sister's done that in the past. Well, now I think she's thinking, just just give us one at one point. Just give us one. But yeah, she's the same. My sister will be the one that gives me, kind of be like, are you having kids? My mom's like, oh, Sarah, whatever. You don't. She's got two. My mom's got two grandkids, so she's like, I'm done. Thank you. That's all I need.
A part of me feels like my sister wants me to have children. One, because she wants to be an aunt, 100%. And both, I've got two sisters actually, but one of them is much more excited about me having a child. And that's because she grew up with me, and then the second one came later. It's very complicated. And I was her birthing partner for two of her kids. So one, I think she wants to embark on that journey with me. She loves kids. She'll be an amazing aunt. But two, I also think she wants me to understand how hard it is.
Feel the pain. Yeah. My sister, do you know what? I don't think my sister would want me to feel the pain because she knows I like to nap and she knows it's going to be difficult for me. But my sister's the same. She's like, she wants to be, and she'd love to have one of her sisters have a child. Yeah. She wants to be an aunt. So she'd love that experience. But I think also she'd want me to have that experience anyway because she knows how amazing it is for her to have children, and she would love, if I want that, she'd obviously want that for me. So I think that's where she kind of sits as well.
My sister's exactly the same. Yeah. Like, her kids mean the world, and I know that she has said to me before, if you don't have them, I feel worried you'd be missing out. So then you've got kind of that like lack mentality, and am I going to be missing out? Which is probably one of the reasons why I want them, to be perfectly honest, because I feel like it is an experience, and it's like this innate experience that can't be replaced by anything else, potentially. That can't be replaced by anything else. I don't know. Maybe it can.
But then it's interesting because then you've got women that don't want children. I know women that do not want children, and they're very set on that. So I suppose it's interesting because I suppose we would say, I would feel like I think I'd be missing out if I don't have a child. But other women, they just don't, that's not something that they really think about, and they're not, they don't need it to make them feel like their life would be whole, or, you know.
I guess they're thinking about, though, what they'd be missing out on if they did have children.
Yes.
So naps. Tom always...
Naps, Kay. A lot of naps.
I'm not a napper.
Oh my goodness, I'm such a napper.
No, I can't nap.
Well, you can now. You've started napping now and again.
Only when I'm poorly.
Oh, see. Well, I mean, I love a nap. They're supposed to be very good for you as well. A wee 20-minute nap. Because they do it in China and Japan, don't they? They nap.
Do they?
Do they not? They have napping pods.
I mean, I think they nap everywhere, though, no?
Yeah. Right, I think they nap everywhere in the world, but I do know some, I'm sure it's China or Japan. They have like pods where you can go in the, like during your working day and go and have a nap. And you like a wee timer set for like a 20-minute nap because it's so good for you. The benefits.
Wow.
Yeah.
So they really just want you to work harder.
Yeah.
Give them a recharge, and then when they get back to work,
they'll be ready. I'm a sucker for it. I'd be like, get me on the pod, guys.
Yeah. No, but
I want that.
I suppose it does sound like it's good for your mental health and everything in work. So yeah, potentially. Andrew Huberman talks about napping, doesn't he? He says like it's good for you to have deep. He calls it deep rest.
But could you not nap with the child?
So you're supposed to nap with a kid, yeah. You're supposed to sleep when the baby sleeps, but parents and mothers have so much that they need to do. So I know that my sister prioritises cleaning and the housework and getting things in order and the washing and all the rest of it while the kids are asleep, rather than sleeping with the child. So it's one of them, isn't it? It's kind of like...
I would have such a messy house.
You'd be like,
sorry, the dishes weren't done, the meals weren't cooked, the baby was fed, the baby was looked after, and I slept.
And I feel really refreshed.
And I feel really refreshed because me and baby had a nap. But so going back to, it's interesting when you've mentioned guilt, and then with obviously the guilt of, you know, not having kids for family, like maybe your mum would want more grandkids and stuff, which is, you know, I haven't really thought about that because my sister did have two quite early on. So all of us, I'm one of four, and only one of us have had kids, and we're kind of like, thank you, Caroline, like you did the job. You've done
it for us. The deed has been done.
So now the pressure's completely off us, and we can just do whatever we want.
But if you were an only child, right,
exactly. That's what I'm thinking. Like if my sister hadn't had them, then would I feel guilt to have them for my mum and dad to experience grandkids?
Yeah, potentially. Because my mum used to say when I was younger, you know, you want to be thinking about this. When you're older, she would. But now she's like, if you don't want them, you don't need to worry. Like, you do you. Mm-hmm. You know, you've got your own life to lead. Make sure you enjoy it.
And do you think she Did she say that when you were younger, did you say? Or do you think she would say that if your sister hadn't had kids?
I think she would want me to have them more if my sister hadn't have had children.
So like the pressure's off the second child. We're like, well, obviously if your older sibling has the children.
Because that's not always the case, is
That
it?
is not always the case now. Just we've been kind of.
But there is a pressure. And then the other side of it is this for women and for men, actually, because the research is coming out about how the quality of the sperm once past a certain age is. So we used to think that men don't have this pressure, and now all this research is coming out and men are probably feeling the pressure now as well, right?
Well, then there's the studies that come out that by, I think it's in 20 years' time, sperm count's going to be at 0. There was a study, a research project that came out that said that. That was a statement. I really should have
Oh my God,
looked
it's like
that up and researched that before we
Handmaid's
came
Tale.
on.
That's what we're going into.
I mean, I really hope not, because that is savage. The Handmaid's Tale is, I mean, imagine a world like that.
No,
I can't imagine we'd go down that road though.
Oh, you'd hope, wouldn't you? I hope not. Not hope. That would be awful.
Well, hopefully we never go down that road. But yeah, there's looking at, so sperm count reducing. And they're saying that's obviously because of,
Is that the same with women as well, with their fertility?
well, hormones, yeah, because like the hormonal levels and things, because all these phthalates, so like we've all these things, there's another subject, but all the things that we're spraying on our bodies, all the things that we're eating that are causing
Oxidative stress.
oxidative stress in the body. It is an issue, like, you know, it's an issue, and it's crazy that it's not been researched. Well, it is being researched just now, but it's crazy that we're not actually taking steps now within the marketplace to reduce these things in our products, because the research has shown that it is affecting the human body and it's affecting fertility. So
You use that app. What's that app called?
oh yeah, right. So the Yuka app, that is amazing. The Yuka app, I scan that, so you can download that. It's free, and you scan the product and it tells you all the chemicals it's in, and if it's green, good to go, or if it's red, try to avoid. And that is really good for trying to avoid like certain chemicals that can affect you.
The problem with that is, though, so you've been telling me this for a while, and now I occasionally don't wear deodorant and smell.
Right, but you can wear, there's deodorants that you
I
can
know, but it's
wear
really
that are better for you.
expensive. And then you have to, it's not in a supermarket, or you have to go to a special place. So I've been wandering free at home, and then Tom's like, Michaela, go get a shower.
You can put lemon, I'm sure it's lemon you can put under
I
your
put
armpit.
lemon under my arms.
Yeah, again, that's a natural
That's
way.
acidic.
Yeah, but you can obviously like
that
maybe
peel
like
the
get some
skin?
shea butter. I don't know, like shea butter, something like I'm making this up. I'm not. I have never made deodorant in my life, but I'm sure like lemon is a thing that you can put under your armpit to stop that. To stop it. And also there are options that if you go online, then you might be able to find like some offers and stuff to get cheaper stuff, because it is so worth it. Like you're putting that under your armpits.
Well, I don't tend to do it. This is the thing. So most of the time, jokes aside, I don't tend to smell. It's only at certain parts of my cycle I'm like, ooh, I might need to jump in the shower. Or when I'm doing something like this, then I will put some deodorant on. But, you know, but it's everything, isn't it? If you think about, and why do they do this? Like, they make things that are natural so expensive. Why is that? Like, because it's not just your deodorant, it's also your detergent. And then it's also stuff that you're putting on your hair and stuff that you're washing your face with and your makeup.
So I would say probably price though, isn't it? It's cheaper to put in the synthetic chemicals than to use to find all the natural ingredients to put into that will be able to make that product last. And also it doesn't last as long. So you're wanting things to last on the shelf, right? So it's like the shelf life.
That's true.
So it's all about the money at the end of the day.
I made some jam the other day.
That was really nice jam.
Yeah, you know how long that jam lasted? It was made with the black currants from my garden. We've got this minging blackcurrant tree. Like, it is horrible. We bought this.
It doesn't look
It's
minging.
quite ugly.
But listen, I
It's
thought
very ugly.
That's when I thought you'd went out wild picking berries, and I panicked because these berries look like the poisonous berries. So my mum's always like, never eat these berries on the bush. You come in with this bowl, said, Sarah, look, I've been eating these berries. I panicked and thought she's poisoning herself.
You were like, it's the Hunger Games.
Literally, Hunger Games. I thought she's just, that's it. Should we do this and just go for it together? Like, honestly, those berries. But yeah,
No,
the proper, like, but you'd planted that, just so the audience know.
We planted it, yeah. We
Planted,
didn't
so
know
you knew
that
it was
an
those
ugly
berries.
plant. Oh, wow, we're still talking about this.
We're still talking about the fact that's poisonous,
Well,
not the
I
fact it's
knew
an
it
ugly
wasn't.
plant.
It was definitely not poisonous berries. I'd eaten loads of them.
Yeah, but I didn't know that. I thought you just picked it from a random bush. So,
No.
yeah, but you'd obviously,
We'd
you'd
planted it. And then this bush is like, oh God, it's thriving in this pot of soil that and this soil wasn't even fresh soil. It was old soil that's been in there for like donkey's years. And it's thriving and it's this beautiful bush. But anyway, I picked it, picked the bush. that sounds wrong. Picked the berries off the bush. Oh God, that's just reminded me of Tom the other day said that he trimmed Pat's bush. And Pat's our older neighbour.
Oh, she's lovely,
She's
Pat.
so
I like
lovely,
Pat.
Pat. We love it. But he did. He had to go around and trim a bush, and he said that, and I was like, stop. But anyway, we picked the berries off this bush, and I made jam. With chia seeds, honey, and the berries, which was incredible. Lasted like 2 weeks. There was mould growing in it. I went to go give someone my jam, and they were like, "What is that?" I was like, "That would be mould on my jam." Got it.
I mean, that's a shame because you would think like the natural sugars would have kept that.
That's a question. Does the natural underarm stuff go mouldy?
I mean, maybe. I don't know. I've actually never asked that question. But right, so going back to the natural, I love how we divert. Like we go, we have went to mouldy jam. So the deodorant, it is super important. It's like it's little changes you can make. So I would always get a roll-on rather than a spray, because a spray, obviously then you're breathing into your lungs as well as
I was like, why are you spraying your face?
I get a sweaty face. Tell you what though, there's actually deodorant for bodies now, which when I seen that, I thought this is not the way to go. There's like stuff that you can put on your whole body now to stop you sweating. But the problem with that is, why do we sweat? We sweat to get rid of the rubbish coming out of our bodies, the toxins out of our bodies. So now we're blocking everything and stopping stuff coming out. And then all the toxins are in our body, creating cellular damage, because obviously we can't get rid of the toxins, and our body naturally wants to obviously get it all out so we can keep that balance. And then we're like, oh, well, with issues are happening, not like cancer rates are going up, which is horrendous, and fertility is going down. And you think, well, why? We're literally packing our bodies with toxins and from all these products that we think that we should trust, right? Because they're getting sold. And I think that's another thing. People in the shops, you think, oh, it's safe because it's getting sold. They wouldn't sell it. But the problem is, in small amounts, a lot of these ingredients in smaller amounts are fine, right? But how many products a day do we use with those certain chemicals in them? So we're not just using that one deodorant in the day and then that's it. We're using the deodorant, we're using the body washes, the hair the shampoos, the face moisturisers.
Everything.
It's compiling. So it's ways
And
to
then
find.
the food on top.
And then the food on top. Yeah.
And you bring up a really good subject matter there, because when I speak to my sisters about certain foods that potentially they might want to avoid because of X, Y, Z, and avoid giving to their kids, one of my sisters has said they wouldn't sell it to us if it was harmful. They wouldn't do that.
And this is the
so
crazy
much
thing.
trust
So much
in
trust.
manufacturers.
So much. And it is sad. And a lot of, and like, I'm not going to name the brand, but there's a very famous family baker brand.
I think you named it on the last one.
Right, well, let's not name it just in case I didn't. But there's E numbers in it. And you're like, why are you putting E numbers in a loaf of bread? Like, come on. And that's like, families,
And
my
sugar,
sister
they put
buys
sugar
it.
in bread.
They do
put sugar
in bread, yeah.
in sliced bread.
I know.
What is the need for sugar?
And this
in
is
sliced
it.
bread?
Like, so even the manufacturers could be helping us out a little bit more. Like, because obviously we want
Yeah, but
life
it doesn't taste as good, babe. And then people don't eat as much, and then they don't buy as much, or they don't buy it. Because the thing is, from a manufacturer's point of view, they need to make it as tasty as possible, because they've got so many different competitors to go against, right? And, some people, I guess, want to enjoy that food in the moment, and they're not thinking about the implications on fertility, which we've just come back round, and health in the future. So bringing it back round to fertility and the pressures that men and women are facing in their 30s, early 40s, with time, with guilt, what is the answer? What's the bloody solution? Do you know what I mean?
Do you know, I wouldn't even say I've got an answer for it, but what I'm doing is I'm just looking after my body as best I can. Literally, I'm watching what I'm eating, I'm watching what I'm putting on my skin. I've had my checks for my fertility, like I've had my bloods done, I've had my scan done to check my ovaries and see how everything's functioning. And I'm trying to keep my stress down, lifestyle factors, exercising. I'm trying to keep my body in a position that I would like to have children later on. And I want to keep it in a good space to be able to do that, hopefully be able to do that. However, you just never know. Like, I think the best thing to do, I would say, to go to speak to someone if you are looking to have kids later on in life. Go and speak to an expert. They can do your scans. They can tell you your options. You can freeze your eggs and make sure that, if you want to make sure that you've got egg reserves there, that's an option, and you don't get there and think, I've ran out of time. So there are options out there, and maybe just to research that and make sure that you're covered. So if you do want them, you have that that option, and also looking after your body to make sure you're in a good place for when that happens. But what is interesting is I'm wanting that, but my family, I've got, I've had conversations with my mum and my aunt, and they worry because I'm leaving it quite late. And the conversation would be like, oh, as if Sarah's not, would you have kids now because of your age? And I don't know, I've not met anybody. And they do worry for me. They're like, oh, you've not met anybody, so maybe it will be too late to have kids. But then they've got the fear that if I have them later, I won't be able to, it will be a struggle, it'll be harder. But like physically I'll be more tired, I won't be able to keep up with the kids. It will just be more difficult being older and having children. But the crazy thing is, so many women do it now. So many women in their 40s have had, and even like I think 50, is it 49, 50? Who's the oldest celebrity? Is it what's her name? What's the one that was in the one that what's that film that she put was it the sperm she put in her hair? And it was like stuck up.
Oh, Drew Barrymore.
Cameron Diaz. Cameron Diaz. Thank you, Cal. Cameron Diaz. So Cameron Diaz, I think she just had a child really late. Did she not? Like 49?
I'm not sure, but I guess I would be lying if I said that I hadn't thought about that in terms of having a child nearing towards 40. How old am I going to be when they have a child? Do you know what I mean? So it's a big discussion, a huge discussion, and we'd love to know your thoughts. Yeah. Are you having a child later on? Do you feel the guilt and the pressures from your family? Are you worried about your fertility? What are your thoughts? Let us know in the comments. And thank you so much for watching and listening and tuning in to My Mother Said I Shouldn't.
Thank you. Bye.